Attention passionate New York Giants fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on the New York Giants' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave division rivals stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true New York Giants fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and other New York Giants fans. Let's get to the news. So, here's the scoop that's been floating around NFL circles and has Giants fans buzzing. Whispers that the Indianapolis Colts are seriously considering trading Quenton Nelson, the Pro Bowl guard from Notre Dame, to the New York Giants. And folks, this isn't just some random rumor. It's being discussed with a lot of serious intent, driven by the Colts' current financial situation and their need to reconfigure their roster for the future. This potential move has the makings of a seismic shift, not only for the Giants but for the entire NFC East, which has been historically competitive and fiercely contested over the decades. Let's start by delving deeper into the background of Quenton Nelson. Drafted in 2018 with the 6th overall pick, Nelson quickly established himself as one of the premier interior linemen in the NFL. His college career at Notre Dame was nothing short of spectacular, where he earned consensus All-American honors and was regarded as one of the best offensive linemen in college football history. His transition to the NFL was seamless, and he's been a fixture on the Colts' offensive line ever since. For 5 seasons, Nelson has been a cornerstone of Indy's blocking schemes, known for his powerful run blocking, exceptional pass protection, and leadership on the line. In his NFL career, Nelson has amassed numerous accolades. He's a 5-time Pro Bowler and a 2-time first-team All-Pro selection. His consistency is remarkable, playing 112 games through injuries, including a torn ACL in 2020, and still maintaining elite performance levels. His durability and resilience are qualities that teams prize highly. Nelson has allowed only 6 sacks over his entire career, and his run-block win rate consistently ranks among the top 5 in the league. His advanced stats from 2023 highlight his dominance: a run-block win rate of 82%, an overall PFF grade of 89.5, and only 3 sacks allowed in 912 snaps. His presence on the line elevates the entire offensive unit, and his leadership qualities are evident, often serving as a mentor to younger linemen. Now, considering the current state of the Colts, Nelson's potential trade is not just about player value, but also about cap management and strategic rebuilds. The Colts, with a 5-9 record this season, are navigating a complex cap situation. Around $1.8 million in available cap space, which is quite limited for a team with aspirations of competitiveness. Their offensive line has been underperforming relative to expectations, allowing 24 sacks through 14 games, which is a concern especially with Anthony Richardson still developing. Richardson, the Colts' dynamic quarterback, has shown flashes of brilliance, but he's also been sacked 35 times in his rookie season, reflecting the need for better protection. The Colts' management is reportedly exploring options to shed some salary and acquire draft capital. Nelson's cap hit is roughly $25 million for 2024, making him a substantial investment. However, if the Colts trade him, they could free up this cap space and receive valuable draft picks or young players in return, possibly a first-round pick or a high-value day 2 selection, along with a promising offensive lineman or a developmental player. The team is also eyeing bolstering their secondary and adding depth at linebacker, so trading Nelson could be part of a broader strategy to rebuild their roster in a more sustainable manner. For the Giants, this represents a potentially transformative opportunity. Their offensive line has been a persistent point of concern for years. Over the past few seasons, the Giants' line has been plagued by injuries, poor performance, and inconsistent play. In 2023, the Giants have allowed 30 sacks, which ranks among the higher totals in the league, and their pass-blocking grade from PFF hovers around 58, 9 well below elite standards. Their run blocking has also struggled, with Saquon Barkley often finding limited space, averaging just 3.7 yards per carry and totaling around 190 rushing yards per game, well behind NFL averages. Adding Nelson would be a game-changer for the Giants' offensive line, which, before the potential acquisition, has been a patchwork of inconsistent starters and young players still learning on the fly. Nelson's presence would instantly upgrade their interior protection, providing much-needed stability for Daniel Jones, who has been under siege this season, and opening lanes for Barkley, who has battled injuries and inconsistency himself. The Giants' offensive line ranks 25th in the league in run blocking and 22nd in pass protection, so Nelson's elite skills would significantly elevate their overall offensive efficiency. Let's analyze Nelson's 2023 performance more deeply. His stats speak volumes about his dominance. He's played 13 games with over 912 snaps, allowing only 2 pressures in weeks 10-13 and 0 pressures in week 11 against the Patriots, a testament to his consistency. His run block win rate of 82% indicates that he wins the majority of his battles in the trenches, opening up lanes for Barkley and other backs. His PFF grade of 89.5 puts him among the top 10 guards in the league, and his advanced metrics reveal that he outperforms many of his peers in yards per block, plus 0.9, and has a miss block rate of only 2.5%. His performance is even more impressive considering the Colts' overall offensive struggles, and he remains a dominant force capable of elevating any offensive line. If the Giants acquire Nelson, it would be akin to what the Kansas City Chiefs did in 2021 when they traded for Orlando Brown Jr., transforming their pass protection and enabling Patrick Mahomes to operate more effectively. The impact on the Giants' offense could be similarly profound. With Nelson anchoring the interior, Daniel Jones would have more time to read the field, and the run game would become more dynamic. This could push their rushing yards per game from around 190 to over 200, establishing a more balanced attack that keeps defenses honest. Furthermore, Nelson's leadership qualities and veteran presence would serve as a stabilizing influence on the offensive line, especially for the younger players like Evan Neal and Joshua Ezeudu. Now, let's examine what Nelson's addition could mean for the Giants' defense. Although offensive line improvements don't directly impact the defense, controlling the clock and reducing sacks have downstream benefits. With a stronger offensive line, the Giants' offense can sustain longer drives, keeping their defense rested and fresh. Reducing sacks from 30 to perhaps 24 or fewer would also help in controlling field position and limiting turnovers caused by pressure. A more efficient offense and a disciplined, less pressured Daniel Jones could translate into fewer mistakes and more opportunities for the defense to create turnovers. Looking ahead, the future with Nelson could be bright for the Giants. His contract, while expensive, could be structured to allow some flexibility. The Giants might negotiate a team-friendly extension or restructuring if they believe he is the missing piece to restore their offensive dominance. His leadership and elite performance could set a standard for the entire locker room, elevating young players' development and fostering a culture of excellence. In the context of the NFC East, this move could be the final piece needed to turn the tide. The Eagles, led by Jalen Hurts and their formidable offensive line, have dominated the division, but injuries and roster turnover could open opportunities. The Cowboys, with Dak Prescott and a balanced team, remain contenders, but their offensive line has had its moments of inconsistency. The Giants, with Nelson, could finally establish themselves as a more formidable adversary, making the division race more competitive and unpredictable. A dominant interior lineman like Nelson could help the Giants challenge the Eagles' supremacy and push the Cowboys to their limits. And what about the broader NFL landscape? The addition of Nelson could send ripples through the league, sparking other teams to make bold moves to strengthen their lines. The importance of interior offensive line play has grown exponentially, especially with defenses becoming more sophisticated and pass rushers more athletic. Teams that prioritize trench warfare often control the tempo of games and dictate the outcome. In terms of expectations, if this trade materializes, the Giants' immediate goal would be to integrate Nelson seamlessly into their scheme. The coaching staff would likely tailor their blocking schemes to maximize his strengths, emphasizing quick passes and play action to keep defenses honest. Over the next offseason, the Giants could focus on further strengthening their offensive line through the draft or free agency, building around their new cornerstone. Looking further into the future, the strategic investment in Nelson could pay dividends over several seasons. Given his age, he's only 29, he's entering his prime years. The Giants could expect at least 4 or 5 years of elite performance, making him a pillar of their offensive identity. This stability could attract other free agents and draft prospects, creating a positive cycle of improvement. To wrap up, This potential trade is about much more than acquiring a star player. It's about transforming the Giants' offensive identity, restoring confidence in their line, and setting up a sustainable blueprint for success. Nelson's elite skills, leadership, and durability make him one of the most valuable guards in NFL history. And if he joins the Giants, it could mark the start of a new chapter, one where Big Blue reclaims its place among NFC contenders. So, Giants fans, what's your take? Do you believe Nelson can be the missing piece for a playoff push? Are you excited about the prospect of him anchoring that offensive line? How would you feel about giving up some draft capital for a player of Nelson's caliber? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinions are vital, and we want to hear your inside scoop. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, analysis, and rumors. Stay tuned for everything Giants related, because this offseason could be one of the most pivotal in franchise history. Whether it's roster moves, game previews, or breaking news, we're here to keep you in the loop. Keep that passion alive, support Big Blue, and let's see where this intriguing story might lead. The future of the New York Giants could be about to change dramatically, and you're right there with us for every step of the journey. Character count, 10, 4 characters including spaces and punctuation.